King Malachi, you don't know. I wanna be free again. 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 We just need our own space, separate from others in our own space, yeah. Can't buy the land, it's a sacred place. You gotta be blood to achieve space, yeah. I'm tired of Babylon, America, mother daughter Babylon, yeah. Then put that crack on the block, seem like we sipping lean a lot. I wonder will we ever stop? Must be some big evil plot to keep our mind on the lock. To keep our mind on the lock, keep our mind on the lock, keep our mind on the lock. They hope we never reach the top. I wanna be free again. I wanna be free again. I wanna be free again. I wanna be free again.
Yahweh, we need you, please get us from out of this captivity. The road that we taking, so much time wasted, we can't be complacent. And I know y'all don't really wanna have this conversation. May sound silly, but I feel your vibration. Crying out to the Almighty, trying to connect. Reading my Hebrew, trying to understand the text. Every time we try to do our own thing, it went left. Let's change the narrative, we strive for great success. Cause everything Yeshua touches gon' get blessed. Keeping God's laws to my family put me to rest.
I wanna be free again. 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 Yeah.
praise, y'all. Welcome back to another live tonight. Happy preparation day to all of my practicing servants out there of Israel and of other nations. Praise the Almighty Yah. All glory goes to the Elohim. Let's turn to the east and pray. All right. Praise the Almighty Yah for bringing us together again on this preparation night. And we get to glorify you and serve you another day. I praise Yah for all of those who want to do the right thing. The Most High sees you. Yah loves you. Yah sees you. Praise the Almighty Yah. You receive all the blessings from the Creator. You know where these blessings are coming from. So y'all gotta stay focused because you know the wicked hate us. The wicked hate you. Look, I've been getting hated all my life, Yah. And you carry me through every single time. So let's praise Yah for carrying us through all the haters all of our lives. Praise the Almighty Yah for carrying us through our enemies all of our lives, even though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death and we have seen death face to face and laughed. Praise the Almighty Yah for your courage and your great strength, because we know it only comes from you. So I pray you continue to bless all of your people, Yah. All those who love and serve you, bless them and their families, Yah. Them and their seed, Master, so that they can continue to carry the world forth into this last kingdom. Hallelujah. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thine sight. O Yah, my strength and my redeemer. Hallelujah. All right. So let's get into it, people. Let's get into it, right? We're going to start reading at the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 11. All right. And I'm going to start reading in the first verse. And it reads, as a matter of fact, let me change this real quick. Hold on. There we go. Okay, and it reads, also, I, in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. And now will I show you the truth. Right? Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. Right? We know what times that we living in. We're not lost. We're not asleep. We really woke. Right? We know what times we're living in. Right? His strength through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia. That's Greece, right? We know who these people are. Verse 3, and a mighty king shall stand up, that shall rule with great dominion, and do according to his will. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others beside those. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. And in the end of years, they shall join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement, but she shall not retain the power of the arm, neither shall he stand, nor his arm, but she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begat her, and he that strengthened her in these times. Right? So the Most High is letting you know the era. There's a specific time, these times. You understand? But out of a branch of her roots shall one stand up in his estate, which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and shall deal against them, and shall prevail, and shall also carry captives into Egypt their gods, with their princes, and with their precious vessels of silver and of gold, and he shall continue more years than the king of the north. And we know that Persia conquered Egypt, right? We know they took over Egypt at one point in history. In verse 9, so the king of the south shall come into his kingdom, and shall return into his own land, or the Medo-Persian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire conquered Egypt. Verse 10, but his sons shall be stirred up, and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, and one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through. Then shall he return and be stirred up, even to his fortress. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler, and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude, but the multitude shall be given into his hand. And when he has taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a greater multitude, right? And shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches, right? And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south, also the robbers of your people, the Israelites, shall exalt themselves to establish division, but they shall fall. Verse 15, so the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount, and take the most fenced cities, and the arms of the south shall not withstand, neither his people, his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that comes against him shall do according to his own will, excuse me, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. So who do we know that has consumed our land? I'm talking to all of the woke Israelites right now. Who do we know? You know, I'm talking to all of us, not just those of us who serve Yah, but all of the Israelites who claim to be conscious, who claim to be woke, right? Who is this land? Who is this people? Can you answer this? That has destroyed our land. Who is this people who has destroyed our people? Can you truly answer that question? Or do you just have a bunch of bywords like cave dweller and mongoloid, or what do you call them, caucasoid, and all of these bywords? Look in the mirror, Israel. I need y'all to look in the mirror. For real. Because all of our ways we have gotten from the oppressor. Do you understand? All of our ways we've learned from the heathen. You understand? So who is this people? The true identity of this people. Because the Most High is telling us here in Daniel 11. Even though we're the ones who hate the Most High the most as a group of people. No one hates the Most High more than a lot of our own people. Don't y'all see that? Don't you understand that? The other nations who have some understanding, understand who you are. They understand that you're the chosen people. And they're trying to figure out, and a lot of us as well, we're Israelites, why wouldn't you want to take your rightful place? Why would you reject that knowledge? To die? Why would you want to reject knowledge like that? What would have to be wrong with you to want to reject your own rightful place as the king, as the queen? What's wrong with you? Because everybody else scratching their heads. If this was my history, I would grab onto it, adopt it, practice it as quick as I could. Really? And this is why the world laughs at us while we laugh at each other. See, we don't even need the oppressor when we have family and friends like Israel. We will laugh at each other for trying to do the right thing. We will laugh at each other for trying to take our rightful place. We will laugh at each other for telling the truth. We'll laugh at each other because we don't have a higher understanding. And so since I don't understand it, well, then it's nonsense. So I'm going to laugh. We are our own worst enemies. Don't y'all want to be free again? I mean, truly free. Wouldn't you want to be free? Why would you reject the Almighty? Seriously, what is going on? So the Most High tells you, these are the people, right? These are the people who have destroyed our land, the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. A lot of us call him the white man. That's what a lot of people call him. But that's not his true identity, right? Verse 17. He shall also set his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give him the daughter of women, corrupting her, but she shall not stand on his side, neither be for him. So the plot fell through. It didn't work. Trying to corrupt with women, right? This is not a new practice. This is an old practice. Whores, hoes have been used since the beginning of time. You understand? This is nothing new. Verse 18. After this shall he turn his face unto the isles, and shall take many. But a prince for his own behalf shall cause the approach or reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach, he shall cause it to turn upon him. Right? Then he shall turn his face toward the fort of his own land. But he shall stumble and fall, and not be found. So it's from within. Right? Within you're gonna fall. You don't even have to fall from the hand of another man. You can fall from internally, right? With all your corruption. It's possible. It's happened before. Empires have fallen from within. Verse 20. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom, but within few days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. See? So, this is an example of being destroyed from within. They're doing everything by the playbook that you're not supposed to do. All of the corruption takes place. And this is what is wrong with America. This is what's wrong with all of these great empires that have risen and fallen. They are all what? Corrupt. And once something is corrupt enough, it what? It erodes. It falls apart, as it should. As it should, because in that corruption, things are suffering. People are suffering in that corruption. People are hurting. People are in pain in that corruption. So why wouldn't we want it to crumble and fall apart? Why? When people are in pain, people are hurting, people are suffering. Verse 21. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken. Yeah, also the prince of the covenant. After, verse 23, the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up, and shall become strong with a small people. And this is their MO. They're very deceitful. They're liars. They're always corrupting by flatteries. They're always doing these evil things. And why is that something that we as a people, Israel, knowing that we've suffered at the hands of this for 400 plus years? We have suffered. We have suffered. Why wouldn't we want to be free? Why would we want to uphold the very system that has crushed and oppressed and taken the lives of our people in mass numbers? We would want to sit right up under the descendants of those people to allow them to continue to subjugate you, to ridicule you, to afflict you. You would want to sit up under him as his jester, his entertainment, because we love to do this. We are our own worst enemy. Verse 23. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up and shall become strong with a small people. He shall enter peaceably, even upon the fattest places of the province. And he shall do that which his fathers have not done. So this is something new that's been brought in this particular empire, right? Nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey, and spoil and riches. Yeah, and he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds, even for a time. So it's telling you he has done something new. He's scattering the prey, scattering the spoil. So you mean to tell me this is not the empire that we're living in, where we've been scattered? You would reject this knowledge. For what? For what exactly? Because nothing is better than obtaining the earth. Do you understand? That's all you need. You don't need to go to heaven. You don't need to go to hell. You just need to live on the earth that the Creator has created for us to live on. How hard is that? Verse 25. And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south shall be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army, but he shall not stand, for they shall forecast devices against him. So he's not going to stand against this great kingdom that's going to rise up, right? This great kingdom, Grecia. This great kingdom, Rome. This great kingdom, the British Empire. Right? The so-called Holy Roman Empire, all of these empires, the United States of America. Right? They all were influenced by what? Greece, Grecia. And all of them stem out of who? Rome. Right? That's the umbrella that it falls under. This is how you track your lineage to who you are, even all the way back to Japheth. Right? Verse 27. Actually, verse 26. Yeah, they that feed of the portion of his meat shall destroy him, and his army shall overflow, and many shall fall down slain. Many shall fall down slain. These are the conquerors of the other nations. You understand? But let's keep going. Verse 27. And both of these kings' hearts shall do or shall be to do mischief, and they shall speak lies at one table, but it shall not prosper, for yet the end shall be at the time appointed. Then shall he return into his land with great riches, and his heart shall be against the holy covenant. So he's going to be against our people. You understand? This is your enemy. Your enemy. And the descendants of your enemy's children. Now, can enemies' children decide to come under the covenant of YAH and serve the Creator like any other human on the earth? Of course. Of course. However, you must understand that when you decide to do something like that, your people become your enemy. They become your enemy. Because you've crossed over to the other side. And they didn't want you to leave hell. They didn't want you to leave this hell. What? No. You can't get through that portal. They don't want you to wake up. So just know, if and when you decide, your enemies will be the same as our enemies. Your enemies will be the same as the Creator's enemies. Verse 29. Let me finish verse 28. And he shall do exploits and return to his own land. Verse 29. At the time appointed, he shall return and come toward the south. But it shall not be as the former, or as the latter. For the ships of Chittim shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return and have indignation against the holy covenant. So this is leading up to something. It's trying to tell you something. He is against the holy covenant. Do you understand? That is a direct enemy of Yah, a direct enemy of the Creator. He is against what is right. He is against holy laws. He is against righteousness. He's against the holy covenant. Our history tells us this. And then you go throughout their history and you'll see how wicked of a trail they left behind. Do you understand? All right. So he shall even return and have intelligence with him that forsake the holy covenant. See? And this is their MO. Intel, COINTELPRO, agents of chaos. Send in the agents of chaos. And it be our own people. That's the crazy thing. Like, how you an agent of chaos for your oppressor? How you an agent of chaos for the one who hates you, fool? You are a fool, man. A fool. You would rather hang on to your oppressor's ankle while he's falling in a ditch. You will be the shoulders his feet need to climb on to get up out of the ditch. Yes, this is you, who we call coons, sellouts. You are the enemy of my people. You are the enemy of the Creator. By choice. Whether you know it or not. You chose to do that which was wrong. Verse 31. And arms shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that maketh desolate. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their Elohim shall be strong and do exploits. See, he's corrupting them by flatteries. He gives them gifts. He gives them a little carrot on a stick. He gives them some crumbs. He gives them a little following, influence over the people of the Most High. Because his goal is to keep our people from turning back to the Holy Covenant. That's the whole mission. It's a whole project. You know, you talking about Project 2025. You've been in Project Sleep Negro for over 400 years. So since he's so against the Holy Covenant, this will tell you right here, that he'll do everything that he can to keep the covenant from being shined upon. He will do everything that he can to keep people unaware of what's right and to focus on what's wrong, right? We don't need to wake up. We need to stay asleep. So what greater way to keep the people distracted, because you know they need something spiritual. They need something to worship, right? They need some hope. We will put the hope in our idol. Our idol. And that's when they set up that abomination. And they took away our daily sacrifice. And put up an idol for our people and the world to worship. The most popular idol on the planet. That road is not narrow at all. It's very popular. Very popular. It's the default God. That's how popular it is. Verse 33. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. So this tell you right here that even those of us who were trying to do the right thing, we went into captivity as well. Those of us that were out there trying to do the wrong thing, we went into captivity too. We all went into captivity, what? Together. As a people, as a nation. We were not scattered tribes from different nations. We were scattered tribes from one nation. Do you understand? The 12 tribes of Israel. This is where all the different tribes come from. It's not because you were a different nation. It's because you were another tribe. Yes, we had tribal wars. Our people have been fighting since the longest, man. Always fighting. Always fighting. This is not new. Verse 34. We were fighting in the desert, in the wilderness. We were fighting our forefather Moshe. This is our MO. We always been like that, complaining to the Most High, being ungrateful. All this stuff that we do that we think is cute, but it's not. It's not cute. It's really not. Verse 35 or verse 34. Now when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help. But many shall cleave to them by flatteries. We all ain't gonna make it, right? And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, and to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end. Because it is yet for a time appointed. So this tells you right here, now the Most High done jumped to the future with us, right? Because we were talking about the past. We were just talking in the same passage, in the same chapter. We were just talking about the past. The Most High moved it to the present and then the future, to the end, the time of the end, which will be the end of all of these empires, the end of all of these kingdoms, because it is yet for a time appointed by YAH. You understand? Appointed by the Creator. Verse 36, and the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. So they're going to prosper until the end. This is why they don't feel any type of guilt in not giving you no reparations. They're not feeling any type of way of not giving you an apology. They're not feeling no type of way about that. They're not. Because they're going to prosper till the end. Don't you understand? Even if it takes their life away, they're going to keep on. They're going to keep afflicting you. They don't care. So stop crawling on your knees and begging to them. You're begging them. Don't you see that? You're begging the ones who hate you. You're begging your enemies. I need y'all to wake up and see this. For real. Verse 36. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself, and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the Elohim of all the idols, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the Elohim of his, or the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any idol, for he shall magnify himself above all. Like, what time are we living in, people? Like, aren't we living in a time where the white man is magnified above all? The quote unquote white man, right? He is what? He's glorified above all. Not all men, above all. People worship him. You have white JCs being worshipped right now in black households. All right? For real. White men are being worshipped by our people who just can't get enough of his dead president face. They can't get enough of it. They love him so much. He is worshipped. He is worshipped. Do you understand? He is placed above all. And he has magnified himself above all. He's made monuments all over the place with his face. Come on now. The times that you're living in are right in front of you. You are in the end times. I need y'all to see this. Verse 38. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver and with precious stones and pleasant things. Now, if anybody knows anything about America and Rome and all of the kingdoms that stemmed up, all the kings that stemmed up out of that branch, America in particular is distinguished from the rest. This nation, you have to pay homage. You have to honor the military. You have to honor the forces first before anything in this country. Do you understand what time you are living in? He shall honor the God of forces, whom his fathers knew not, shall he honor with gold, metals, right? And silver, and precious stones, and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with a strange God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory. And he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. Because it was by this powerful military strength was this last kingdom able to conquer the world, the whole world. Because you don't think it just started with America. America is a stem from a branch. Verse 40. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots, and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow and pass over. Right? Because, boy oh boy, were they the most famous pirates in history. The most infamous pirates, I should say. The most infamous pirates in history. On their ships, right? Coming like a whirlwind, with chariots, and with horsemen. Verse 41. And he shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. Colonialism is taking place, right? Verse 44. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. And why shall none help him? Because he is that evil. No one wants to help someone who's going to turn on them. You understand? Only a fool would continue helping someone who's going to turn on them. That's strengthening the hand of the wicked. Don't you understand? Let's go to Daniel chapter 7. And we'll read starting in the first verse. It says, In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream, and visions of his head upon his bed. And he wrote the dream, and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Now, I know a lot of scholars will probably say that this is Babylon, right? But this is Egypt. This is Egypt with the lion and the lion's wings before Babylon, before even Greece and all these great empires. Egypt was number one. Verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. And this second great kingdom, that's the Medo-Persian, because they conquered who? Egypt, right? They conquered Egypt. Verse 6, after this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard. Well, I should say they took over Egypt, right? In that sense. But anyways, verse 6, after this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. And this is Greece. And the 4 heads that came out of Greece, those great empires that were inspired, like Rome and other empires inspired by Greece, right? Then you have verse 7, after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. So this is Rome, right? And it had 10 horns. All of the great empires out of Rome, all of these great kings that stemmed out of Rome, the great kings, America being one of them. Verse 8, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. So that tells you that that last little horn, right, the eyes like a man and the mouth speaking great things, is the last kingdom before the Most High comes back, which we're living in. We're living in the last kingdom. Praise Yah. We're in the last generation. Verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, these beautiful angels before the Elohim. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn had spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame, because you know we live in that great beast, in the belly of the beast, right? Speaking great words against the Holy Covenant, speaking great words against the Most High's laws. See, because before, we didn't have to speak great things against the Most High's word. In old days of old, ancient days, we didn't have to. People knew who we were. We knew who we were. We were Hebrew Israelites. There was nothing to speak great against. We would go astray and we would do things against the Creator. But to speak great words means that you don't have any honor whatsoever. You are just totally oblivious to what's really happening around you. You are in a kingdom speaking great words against the Elohim. You are speaking great words against the holy covenant of the Elohim yourself. This is the era that we live in. The era that dogs the holy covenant with no regard, with no consideration, no thought whatsoever. It's just, oh yeah, the white man said the Bible ain't real, so the Bible ain't real. Verse 10. Verse 11, I'm sorry. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. Right? So these beasts were obviously still in power in their countries and their nations, right? But they didn't have the dominion. Their dominion was taken away, even though their lives were prolonged. They continued to live on as nations of people during the reign of another king. Verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So a lot of Christians, because there are a lot of Christians all over the world, it's a very popular religion, believe that this verse is speaking about the Christ in the New Testament, right? They believe it's speaking about the Christ in the New Testament. And I could see how you could be bamboozled or tricked into believing something like that, especially since I used to be a Christian myself. I could see how you are just trying to make sense of things and you want to put two and two together, but I don't know. I don't know what to believe. A lot of Christians leave their faith in Christianity and they move on to be agnostic, because they're like, well, there's something out there. I don't know. I don't want to be a Christian anymore because I'm not sure that's the way. And I'm not really sure which way to go. Right? So, in Daniel 7, the Most High is showing you who this is going to be. Right? Go to Jeremiah chapter 30. Go to Jeremiah chapter 30. And let's go to verse 9. And it reads in Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 9. But they shall serve Yah their Elohim and David their king, whom I will raise up to them. But look at the verse before that. Look at the verse before that, verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yah Elohim, Yah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off your neck. So this will tell you that you're in a time of slavery, a time of captivity, when the Most High is going to accomplish these things, because they will be accomplished, praise Yah. It's a time when the yoke is broken off our necks, right? And will burst your bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Right? Because this is the captivity we've been in, where, you have heathens come in and they take over our communities. That is how you can tell, because I know a lot of us are still having a hard time, because agents of chaos. We're COINTELPRO. We're on here making videos trying to gather the masses of the Most High's people, Israel, and turn them against their black brothers and sisters, turn them against their Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters in the black diaspora, turn them against there's a plot to keep us divided. You understand? And when you're right up under the oppressor, a lot of them can't see because they're still asleep. They're still in a spell. They're still in yokes. They're still in chains, right? And so they live right up under their oppressor. And those who don't live right up under their oppressor, and wherever they go, they take those values with them of the oppressor, the ways of the heathen that they've learned, because this is who raised them, America. You understand? And so you know that the strangers that shall no more serve themselves of him is not talking about our Hebrew brothers and sisters in the diaspora, in all the corners that we've been scattered, because they don't come and take over our communities. Who comes and takes over our communities? You can see who those strangers are. You know who those strangers are that come and take over our communities in the States, in America. Shoot, it even happens in the islands. They will come and take over. It happens in Africa. Colonization. Right? Anywhere that you find these strangers amongst us, they come and they will take over. Okay? They will take over. Even the strangers of Africa. Because strangers can be black too. Whenever they're in the midst of our brothers and sisters scattered throughout the continent of Africa, who's ruling? They're ruling. They take over. They're taking over. Establishing their businesses. Right? Setting up shop. We can never have a place that is just for us. Every nation in the world can, if you haven't noticed, except us. Except us. And I'm not saying being inclusive is bad. I'm saying the way in which inclusiveness is treated this day and age is bad. Because it's not to come together to help uplift us and uplift the Most High's people and uplift the Most High's laws and ultimately uplift the Most High. It's not about that. It's about taking over to get some monetary gain, to get rich. Establish your laws and your rules. Do things more like how you like it. Right? So, no, in this era, the time that we're living in, the strangers, you know who they are. They shall no more serve themselves of him. Right? In verse 9, but they shall serve YAH, their Elohim. They shall serve YAH, their Elohim. Go look up some history stuff, right? And see all of the different nations where our people are scattered. And you'll see the strangers who have taken over Israel, who have been a part of the plot of scattering us. Go to every place where we are scattered and you will see those nations. And it doesn't matter what color they are. Those particular nations, right, will serve the Most High YAH and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. See? That is not talking about Christ, right? This is King David. And Christ is not a seed of King David. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 23. The Christ of the New Testament is not a seed of King David. 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 5 says, "Although my house be not so with Elohim, yet he has made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure, for this is all my salvation and all my desire, although he make it not to grow." You understand? When can you point out a time where the Most High Yah ever made a covenant with Christ? We're going to get into it again. Yes. When has he ever made a covenant with the Christ of the New Testament? He is not. He has not. You can't give me any time when he has done that. You can't even show me a time where the Most High spoke to Christ in the New Testament. And do you know, according to Luke 3, that lineage is an error of, or an opposite, well, I'll say an error, because nowhere can you find the son of Nathan that's mentioned in Luke 3 in David's lineage. So they're adding to the word, and they're going directly against the Most High's laws. They're adding to the law, because that lineage, if you make a covenant with someone regarding their lineage, that is a part of the covenant, their lineage. So they have changed Yah's law. They have transgressed Yah's law by adding to the Most High's covenant new characters that were never mentioned in the Most High's covenant with David regarding his seed. And never was Christ of the New Testament mentioned in that lineage at all. It is yet to be revealed, the arm of Yah. Don't you know that according to Numbers 1 and 18, this is a patrilineal lineage, a bloodline. This is what we go by. We go by the seed of the father, not Mary. And Joseph was not related to David, King David, in any way. Mary is the mother of the Christ of the New Testament. How can Christ be a part of a royal bloodline when we go by the Father's lineage? The Elohim, the Most High Creator, supposedly, they claim, which is blasphemous, they claim that the Most High got a woman pregnant. Don't you know that's saying great things against the Elohim, and is absolutely detestable that you would want to include the Creator in your sexual practices like that? It's disgusting. Now, the Most High created sex, but sex was created for humans. You understand? It was created for humans, because that's what humans need to procreate, to multiply. The Most High told humans to be fruitful and multiply. You understand? So knowing that, we know that the Creator could not have possibly come from a human, because the Creator created humans. So if the Creator is supposedly Christ of the New Testament's father, how can he go back to King David? The Most High didn't come from King David. There's so much confusion in that book. I don't know how you can still not see it. Now it's just a choice to hold on to what is your oppressors. Let's go to Proverbs. Well, actually, we ain't even gotta go there. Proverbs 14 and 15. It says, "The simple believes every word." The simple believes every word. They like to call us half bookers. You're a half booker. You don't believe in the whole Bible. It's a half Bible, half book. And I just sit here and think to myself, wow, isn't it two separate books? Isn't it two separate doctrines? How is it half? One is complete, the other is complete. Do you understand? These are two separate books, two separate doctrines. One is a set of books, the other one's a set of letters. Totally different. And the Most High changes not according to Malachi 3 and 6. So we done changed the whole books to letters? That's not even how our people were writing. But the fool, simple, believes every word. Every word. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 23. And let's go on down to verse 21. And it reads, it's talking about false prophets. "I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied." The Most High told you he ain't speak to him. So it's not a surprise that the Most High didn't speak to him in the New Testament. It's not a shock. Don't you know how many prophets, false prophets, how many so-called messiahs rose up after this word? Because they wanted to be seen as the Messiah. Many different. Jim Jones was one of them. Haile Selassie and Muhammad, right? All of these false prophets that rose up. Christ in the New Testament is another one. All of these false prophets that rose up because they wanted to be seen as the man that's coming from the clouds. That's the Son of Man. They wanted to be seen as the Messiah. Yet the Most High said he has not spoken to them. The Most High Yah, it does not say, "Thus saith Yah," or "Yah said to him." Not once. Or "Thus saith the Lord." Not once. He has not spoken to them. And so that's how you can give yourself away. Just by simply seeing that the Creator has not spoken to them. Don't you know I can claim that I invented the airplane? Right? Because one came before the other. Right. Right? So the Old Testament came before the New Testament. So everything in the New Testament is swiping from the Old Testament. Right? Jacking from the Old Testament. Because you can do that easily after something is written. You can steal it. Because now the idea is out there. Now the word is out there. You can take it. I can say I invented airplanes. But I was born after airplanes were invented. You understand? I can say I'm the inventor of airplanes. I can go out there, learn everything I can about airplanes. I can write books on airplanes because I just know all about airplanes. You should believe that I invented the airplane. Would you believe me then? Okay. It's the same thing with the Christ of the New Testament. You can believe the words of every salesman, but that doesn't mean he's telling you the truth. And a lot of these false prophets are nothing but salesmen. They're gaining something, usually money or power, feeling worshipped, right? So, let's go to Isaiah 47. In Isaiah 47, we're going to start at verse 1 because we're going to talk about what's about to happen in America, what's going to happen to Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. We're going to talk about it. Verse 1 reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover your locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers." So you see, uncover the locks. Now you know that's just an analogy or like a metaphor, right? So uncover the locks shows you everything you need to know. The Most High is not going based off of no race. The Most High is not going based off the color of your skin. Locks are something that's originated from African nations, right? And knowing African nations, we know haven't changed much at all, are still what color? Black, right? So the Most High is not going based off of race when he's describing his daughter of Babylon. He's not saying, "Oh, you white man, let down your blonde ponytail." No, no. Uncover your locks, right? We're gonna really talk about it. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet you as a man. Most High ain't mean you as no man. You understand? When you come down, you gonna know that's the hand of the Most High. Praise Yah, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, Yah of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit you silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into your hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient have you verily very heavily laid your yoke. Upon the ancient have you very heavily laid your yoke. So this is a kingdom, this is an empire who has laid a heavy yoke even on the elderly. A heavy yoke, right? Verse 7, and thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to your heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Didn't even consider, just having a good old time, talking about, I'm gonna be like this forever. Yeehaw! We are gonna rule forever. Right? That's what you thought. You thought you were gonna rule forever, but you're not. You're not. Telling people lies. You have lied. All of your history is a lie. Don't you understand? You've been lying to everyone. You lie to your own people. You lie to your children. Just liars. And a lot of our people, unfortunately, we follow that. We're not supposed to follow that. There are traditions, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and all of these things that come from idolatry, adulterous practices, murder, suffering, wickedness. We copy these things. We follow these things. Like, this is our history. Like, y'all always say history don't start with you as a slave, but you sure act like it does, because you won't let go of massa to save your life. Verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So they're arrogant. They boast about this, right? But it says in verse 9, but these two things shall come to you in a moment. Right? In a moment. In one moment. In one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of your sorceries, and for the great abundance of your enchantments. So you sitting there with your witch's cauldron, sacrificing babies. This is what you're known for, witchcraft. You're known for sorceries, your great abundance of your enchantments and your secret societies where you practice your sorcery, right? It's all about your sorcery. Sorcery, even if we allow some of the children of the Holy Covenant, some of the Hebrew Israelites, to come and join us in our enchantments and our sorceries and teach them our ways, then they'll continue to be beneath us. And we'll continue to rule. If you are fool enough to follow them. As my grandmother would say. If you fool enough. Right? Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in your wickedness. You have said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted you. And you have said in your heart, I am, and none else beside me. See, so your science and all of this, your historians, your great historians and anthropologists, paleontologists, and all of these different fields that are used as wells of knowledge, where you can just go and drink from the well of knowledge because you have all of these books and all of this information. It's a wonderful thing. However, what's not good is when you don't incorporate the Creator, right? You can learn all the things you want to learn, but it means nothing when you don't see the big picture, right? When you're running a business, you have to see the big picture, right? You have to have a business plan. You have to have a mission, a vision, and all these things, right? You can't just say, hey, so we're going to go out here and we're just going to do as thou wilt and expect everything to work out. No, of course not. Just let everybody do what they want to do. There is, you know what? All the teams can do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have any structure. Just do what I say so I can make some money. That's it. Just bow to me, work for me, be my slave so I can make some money, and that's all you need to know how to do. That's it. You don't need to see the big picture, right? And how all of these things connect, intertwine, and work together. how all of these cogs are running a bigger machine. Right? So your wisdom and your knowledge, it has perverted you. Right? And you have said in your heart, I am, and no one else. None else beside me. There is no God. When a fool says in their heart, there is no God. Right? Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon you. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. The mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So you won't even be expecting it, because you're not paying any attention, because you don't really care. You don't really want to turn and do what's right. And it's really just a matter of stopping all of the evil things that we do as people and do what's right. But we don't want to do that. We want to keep doing the wrong thing. No, stop. Let me do it. Let me do it. No, you don't need to do it. It's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt those around you. You need to stop. You need to stop. You understand? That's how all of the destruction stops. And the corruption and perversion. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon you. You shall not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Verse 12. Stand now with your enchantments, and with the multitude of your sorceries, wherein you have labored from your youth. If so be you shall be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. See, let's read that one more time. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants. From thy youth they shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Nobody is going to help this evil empire. Nobody, except the fool. Only a fool would want to try and help. Now, it's not that you're going to help them, because in this case, the Most High is saying you're not going to be able to save it, right? No matter how many of you put your arms together and join forces, it's not going to help. It's not going to save it. It's going to fall. So you can fall into hell with it, or you can stop doing the wrong thing and do the right thing. Do what the Creator wants you to do. We act like little bad kindergartners, like little kids. You have to keep telling us, don't do the bad thing, do the good thing. Don't do the bad thing. And we think we are so grown. Nobody can tell us what to do. But here we are. The Most High has to send prophets, powerful leaders to tell us, don't do the bad thing, do the good thing. Come on. Seriously? We are heathens, man. We act like a bunch of heathens. Alright. Go to Jeremiah chapter 2. Because I was just going to touch on a little bit more. Why Why do we as a people, as Israel, take after the ways of the heathen? Why do we copy them so much? Well, I understand why black Americans in particular, not all of us, but a good amount of black Americans from my observations, they are directly living next to or under the oppressor of our people. They're living under them. And when you live with your oppressor, you live under your kidnapper, the ones who oppress your people and continue to afflict your people, oppress your people, our people, you seem to have what's called Stockholm Syndrome. This is nothing new. People, we've talked about this. Post-traumatic slave disorder, all of that, right? We have some real problems. And I believe a lot of us can't see it. Like I said, I know I still got a lot to work on in myself. But I know from what I've observed is that our people in the States, particularly black Americans, take on a lot of traits of the wicked, quote unquote, white man. They take on a lot of those traits of the wicked, quote unquote, white woman. They take on a lot of their traits and they mimic them with their own people. They fight their own people. They hate their own people. They try to keep down their own people, front on their own people instead of coming together. They mimic the ways of the oppressor with their own people and they can't even see it. Instead of working together, they want to bring each other down, crabs in a barrel. But when you get that carrot on a stick from the enemy, is what I call him, now it's all goody goody. Yes, I'm a good nigga. Because I know who paying me. I know who feeding me. I know who's providing for me. I'm gonna go and fetch that bone. Right? But with our own people, it's this evil eye. With our own people, it's kill and destroy. And harm. And divide. And oppress. And rob. Scam. Cheat. Trap. Plot. Right? Hate with our own people. And you can't see that those are the same ways of the oppressor? If you've fallen into that trap, I'm afraid you ain't woke. If you're still talking bad about a black woman, you ain't woke. If you still talking bad about a black man, you ain't woke. If you still telling our people to abort our beautiful babies, you ain't woke. So, no. We take on the ways of our oppressor because Margaret Sanger, hello, right? We copy them. We exterminate ourselves. We amplify all of the negative stereotypes because, you know, all of the black culture that's in the United States, not all of it, because, you know, we have a lot of it that's buried because it's not celebrated, unfortunately, especially history with our elders in the States. Huey P. Newton, Rosa Parks, Marcus Garvey, you know, it's not as revered. But the black culture that has taken over, I should say, recently, is a modern day caricature It's a modern day caricature. It is a modern day minstrel show. Modern day, uh, yeah, modern day blackface. That's what it is. We are shining a light and glamorizing and glorifying the ways of the oppressor wants us to be seen in, the light that the oppressor wants us to be seen in. We're glorifying our bywords and our proverbs. We're glorifying and glamorizing it as if it's something to look up to, especially when they give you a lot of money to do it. They give you a whole lot of dead white men's faces to do that. Right? They do. They do. But is that really a blessing when you think about it? Like, is that a true blessing? I thought all blessings came from the Creator. I thought all blessings came from God. I thought all blessings came from the Most High. If that's the case, then that means I can go out there and do anything. If according to a lot of our people, if all blessings come from God, all these monetary blessings come from God, I can go out there and steal, cheat, destroy anything I want to do to make that money. Don't have to have any morals, because all this is coming from God. Because we all say, God bless me. We all say that when we get some money. And I'm trying to figure out, where did that come from? Because that's not true. That's not true in every case. Don't you know that the Most High said that there are going to be a lot of us that fall by flatteries? We're going to fall by a lot of things. By the sword. We're going to fall by a lot of things. Somebody can offer you a whole lot of money, and you just gobble it up. You'll do anything for that money, God. Right? That's when they say you selling your soul. That's when they say you selling your soul. But I believe you're selling your soul when you put any God before the Creator. And that can be any God. Christ, any God. Any God that comes before the Creator is when you selling your soul. Right? So let's go to Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 33. And the Most High says, why trimmest you your way to seek love? Therefore have you also taught the wicked ones your ways. So this is what we do as a people. Like we go on and we trying to be accepted so much by the oppressor. We're trying to be accepted. We want to have love. We want to have attention and gifts, right? Be showered and feel appreciated and wanted and all of these things, but not by each other. We want these things from the oppressor, right? And so much we have taught the wicked ones our ways. They know how we moving, right? We are so desperate. We are so desperate for that. And we think that if one of us is not acting like that, if one of us is not chasing that, then something wrong with you. You're slow, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, you're a square, you a nerd, I don't know, you weird, you're crazy. Like, we like to call each other a lot of things when we are trying to seek the truth, right? And we want to help another one of our people, and it can be seen as a problem by some of our people, because we simply don't really practice that in the States. We don't really practice that. That's because our people have a special case in the States where they are right up under the oppressor, like in Django, Samuel Jackson, right up under him, right in the big house. So you ain't trying to leave the big house, right? You don't see a need in leaving the big house. You don't see a point in leaving the big house, because everything you said you needed is in the big house. That's everything that you need, everything that you want, all the clothes on your back and everything is in the big house. So you ain't trying to go nowhere? Where you gonna go? Ain't nowhere for us to go. We were born in this big house, and we gonna die in this big house. You think that's what your ancestors who were raped and pillaged and tortured and killed would want for you? And then you claim you honor your ancestors. Make that make sense. Ezekiel chapter 23. In Ezekiel chapter 23, you see in verse 12 it says, she doted upon the Assyrians, her neighbors, captains, and rulers, clothed most gorgeously, horsemen riding upon horses, all of them desirable young men. Right? Let's go down to verse 30. It says, I will do these things unto you, because you have gone a whoring after the heathen, and because thou art polluted with their idols. So the Most High is telling you, Israel, you are polluted with the idols of those who have captured you. You're whoring after the heathen. We love whoring after the heathen. If it ain't white, it ain't right. I don't know what y'all talking about. The white man rules the world. What you mean America gonna fall? America gonna go down? You're crazy. It's gonna be forever. You're just regurgitating everything that your enemy is saying to you. Like you're just repeating it like a parrot. A trained parrot. A caged parrot that hasn't been set free to fly. You just repeat everything he says. Praise Yah. Jeremiah 10:2 tells us to learn not the ways of the heathen. Right? Proverbs 3 tells us in verse 31, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. But yet we choose all of his ways. The Most High told us we would be this way. This is how our ancestors were, chasing after the oppressor, chasing after the heathen. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Why do you think the Most High had to actually put this in the... Why did this have to actually be in our word? Why do you think this had to be in the word? Because this is our MO. We do that. So the Most High had to go on and warn us not to do that. That's why it's in the word. Don't envy the oppressor. I want what he got. He got the big house and the nice rims and the this and the that and the whatever. Right? Don't envy the oppressor. Nor choose don't choose any of his ways. He got all the women's. He in the back pool. They having diddy parties. Come on now. What's going on? And we done got lost in the sauce. We done got lost all up in all of that filth. And when you come out of it, and it ain't so foggy, it ain't so cloudy, it ain't so polluted, you start to see things differently. If you would like to, because it's always a choice. You can choose to carry the ways of the oppressor everywhere you go, which is unfortunate. It breaks my heart to see that we have agents of chaos all around the globe. But you can change those ways that you carried from the land of your oppression, and drop all of the ways that you learned from the oppressor. Drop all of those ways that you've learned from the heathen and start over and do things the right way. Because America is falling. Go to Jeremiah chapter 50 so we can see what's going to happen to these idols, right? All these idols. And then we're going to wrap it up. In Jeremiah 50, verse 2, it says, "Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken. The idol is confounded. The idol is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces." So when the Most High comes, right, and when the Messiah is set up, those idols and those images are going to be broken in pieces. Because there is no image of the Messiah. You understand? There is no image. All these images y'all got out here, I don't care if it's black, they're going to be destroyed. All of these images. Go to Jeremiah 51, the next chapter. And I'm going to start at the 44th verse of Jeremiah 51. It says, "And I will punish the idol in Babylon, and I will bring forth out of his mouth that which he has swallowed up, and the nations shall not flow together any more unto him. Yeah, the wall of Babylon shall fall. My people, go you out of the midst of her, and deliver you every man his soul from the fierce anger of YAH." Malachi 3, verse 6. YAH changes not. YAH changes not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. But the Most High is giving you clear instructions. It is time to let go of the oppressor. It's time to let it go. The Savior will come. The Savior already got us. Babylon is closing in on us. The monster with his claws is closing in on our people. Don't you think it would be ideal to not make yourself a pariah amongst your own people, like Trump has made America a pariah amongst all nations, while you sit there copying the ways of your oppressor? Don't you see that the enemy has always got a trap out there for you? He always got a trap out there. He will turn you against your own people in a heartbeat. He's been doing it since we've been around him. Divide and conquer. He don't never want you to come together with your people around the world. You understand? You keep calling yourself FBA. Keep calling yourselves those things. And I ain't talking to the agents of, well, I'm talking to the agents of chaos too, but I know a lot of the agents of chaos are kamikaze for massa, so they probably ain't listening anyways, because they like, I'm CIA, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. Spook who sat by the door and all that. Right. I'm talking to you too, if you're willing to listen. Alright? Clarence Thomas, you too. All of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But the Most High is trying to show our people something. Babylon is falling. And the Most High said the wall of Babylon shall fall. So, holding on to your oppressor is not the ideal thing to do right now. Latching on, cleaving to your oppressor shouldn't even be a resort. Really. Shouldn't be an option. Alright, so go to Isaiah chapter 44, last chapter. Isaiah chapter 44. And let's start reading at the 14th verse. It says, "So that none of the remnant of Judah, which are gone into the land of Egypt to sojourn." Actually, let me start reading at the I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in Isaiah. No wonder. I'm like, what? Isaiah chapter 44, y'all. Sorry about that. Isaiah chapter 44. I'm going to start reading at the 14th verse. And it reads, He heweth him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which he strengtheneth for himself among the trees of the forest. He planteth an ash, and the rain does nourish it. Right? So he's able to nourish and flourish and all of these things during his idolatrous stage in his life. Right? He's flourishing. His trees are nourished. Right? So you're mistaking him for the land of milk and honey, but he's not the land of milk and honey. The land of milk and honey could never fall. The land of milk and honey could never run out of milk and honey on the store shelves. You understand? Verse 15. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he shall take thereof, and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh a god, and worshippeth it. He maketh it a graven image, and falleth down thereto. So he's bowing down to his idols, right? He bowing down to his idols, and he thinks he's being blessed. Verse 16. He's tricked. He's delusional. He burneth part thereof in the fire. With part thereof he eateth flesh. He roasts roast, and he is satisfied. Yea, he warm himself, and saith, Aha, I am warm. I have seen the fire. In the residue thereof he makes a god, even his graven image. He falls down unto it, and worships it, and prays unto it, and says, Deliver me, for you are my God. They have not known nor understood, for he has shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yea, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. And shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stalk of a tree? I mean, the Most High trying to let you see, there is no power in these idols that y'all worshiping, man. These teraphims, right? There is no power in this. These things that you worship, you build these idols, you worship these crystals, you worship wood and stone, you worship the cross, you bow down to Mecca, the stone, you worship these elements of the earth, but you don't worship the one who created the elements. And the Most High is trying to let you see how primitive this is in verse 19, right? He says, there is no knowledge in them. None considers in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned. You don't have any knowledge as a person to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. See, this is what you're doing. Yeah, also I have baked bread upon the coals thereof. You did all these things. You lit the fire, you cut down the tree. I have roasted flesh and eaten it, and shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Now you're gonna bow to the residue of the stalk of a tree? You're gonna fall down to the stalk of a tree and worship it? How does that even make sense? You make up these stories to go with idols, like Aesop's fables. You know? Your imagination. All of everyone that is in these religions, you are worshiping a man's imagination. You're worshiping a man's imagination, not the creator of man, but a man himself in his imagination, or a woman, right? Verse 20, He feeds on ashes. A deceived heart has turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. Now, don't you think only a God would know that we as a people would go astray like this? Once we were scattered, all of us worship these different gods and all of these different religions. You know how many different religions our people are in? How many different gods our people worship? We don't worship one creator. Only the creator would be able to predict that you would do this. Do you understand? Only the creator could predict that you would do something like this. Do you understand? So I just wanted to bring out that Babylon will fall. Was it, hold on, I had one more. I actually had one more. So it must have been Isaiah 43. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah 43, which was the previous chapter. So we worship these gods. And again, I read this. I know I read this before. But all of this, ties into why we are still sleeping or asleep today. Why we haven't woken up, why we haven't awakened and turned back to the Creator. Why haven't we ceased from our evil doings and turned to righteousness? Because this is what's going to happen in Babylon. In verse 14 it says, in Isaiah 43, thus saith YAH, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, for your sake I have sent to Babylon. For your sake. You understand? And have brought down all their nobles and the Chaldeans, whose cry is in the ships. I am YAH, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. Thus saith YAH, which maketh a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters. You understand? So for our sakes, the Most High has sent to Babylon and have brought down all their nobles and the Chaldeans, whose cry is in the ships. That's what the Most High has done for our sake. You understand? I am YAH, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. Verse 16, thus saith YAH, which maketh a way in the sea, and a path in the mighty waters, which bring forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together. They shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow. So keep holding on to Babylon. Holding on to their ankles. Keep holding on to their ankles. Because you're still beneath them. Keep being their shoulders to try and stall their fall. The Most High tells you they shall lie down together. And if you want to lie down together with them, keep being disobedient. They shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow. Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. The beasts of the field shall honor me, the dragons and the owls, because I have waters in the wilderness, or I give waters in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. to give drink to my people, my chosen. This people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. Right? And the Most High tells us in verse 22, but you have not called upon me, O Jacob, but you have been weary of me, O Israel. So if we're not calling on the Most High, the Creator, who are we calling on? Hebrews? Think about it. Because we calling on a God right now. We're calling on a God. But the Most High says, you have not called upon me. The Most High telling you right here, you have not called upon him. You haven't. We haven't. And we've been wearied of him, O Israel. The practicing Israelites, we're guilty of this. We have been weary of YAH. You understand? And a lot of our people haven't even called on YAH. As a majority, as a whole, we have not. We call on idols. So, again, this nation will become an extinct group. You do not want to be in solidarity with them on any side. That's not something that you should be doing. It's just a warning, right? We all want to be free again, but none of us actually wants to do what it takes to be free from this oppressive system. This system is what's keeping us from coming together and forming a nation. You have to understand, this is not for us. This nation has never been for us. And then we get down and we beg the same system that's never been for us to help repair us and our people. And they ain't been for you to this day. They haven't been for you. Come on now. Come on now, my people. We have to wake up. We all have the power to come together. Just by us coming together, they fall. And that's just the end of the story. So I love you all. I pray that you continue to do the right thing. All honor and all glory goes to the true and living Elohim, Yah, the only God. Praise Yah. And I hope everyone has a beautiful, delightful Shabbat tomorrow.
Y'all lead us out of Babylon. Please take us from this Babylon. We leaving out of Babylon. Finally leaving Babylon.
By the rivers of Babylon, we sat and wept. They made us sing songs of Zion if I forget. Jerusalem, remove my tongue until I lose my breath. Happy is he that dash they little ones into the steps. Daughter of Babylon, America, the great whore, naked what you ashamed for. Come down and sit in the dust, the only place for who wage war. Raided our lands, when y'all repay his vengeance, he won't meet you as a man. He's plaguing Egypt again, leaving this place severed. Delivered us by temptations, signs, wonders, wars, a mighty hand stretched out arm and great terrors. The daughter of the Chaldeans no longer will be called the lady of kingdoms. They quarantined us, time to judge them. Jacob's lives departed, return to Yah for the light when the skies is darkened. Only the wise regarded, so when these times are charted, leave Babylon departed and circumcise your heart.
Y'all lead us out of Babylon. Please take us from this Babylon. We leaving out of Babylon. Finally leaving Babylon.
Say Yah, who shall abide up in your tabernacle? Who shall prevail right in your holy hill? The exodus of your servant is now being unveiled. The dust from all of us going is like the chemtrails. Left behind, these nations getting sifted like grasshoppers. Aziz flying in the air like graduation tassels. The faces of our elites is left looking confused. They say they always been truly inherited lies too. The bond is broken, chain shattered, no longer murdered. The same one who afflicted will leave my baby nurses. Raise hearses for the death of my people, curse it. The blessing of you so fleet, almost fainted these verses. We were brought to captivity, now the loser's winning. Your magnificent work is why these scribes are penning. The ruler is Bueller, judgment is how it's measured in it. The saints is marching on home, no incentive for sinning. Yeah.
Y'all lead us out of Babylon. Please take us from this Babylon. We leaving out of Babylon. Finally leaving Babylon.
Come on, yeah. Y'all lead us out, no longer can we stay. Yeah, it's been too long since we done been away. Yeah, we've been turned upside down, don't know our night from our day. Yeah, and all we do is listen to what our oppressors say. Yeah, so long I hope it has gone astray. Yeah, we lay down to every suitor in every way. Just to leave our hearts in complete disarray. Yeah, but Yahweh will save us according to what His word say.
Y'all lead us out of Babylon.